Welcome. We really appreciate everybody. I might have been talking a little bit loud, but we're trying to get the studios set up. Thank you for joining me this evening. I really appreciate everybody. This is the Get to Know broadcast, and I tell you, we have a really good show this evening. I want to start out by thanking Sherpa because he is here. We're going to be talking about Bitcoin and the opportunity for us to uh, own our own Bitcoin. And the show is brought to you by the LWN Foundation. That is a not 501c3. And we are planning on an upcoming fundraiser. I want you to be a part of that. We'll be coming live from the studio. It's going to be really awesome. So many things in my mind. It's like, where do I start? And gosh, I don't think we'll get it all done tonight. But I wanted to bring you this message. This morning, I get up early. Every morning I do. And so I start with gratitude prayer. Then I listen to spiritual videos. And I heard this video and I was just like taken back. And it's like, wow. So I want to share about this. It's about God. I believe in God. I know that I'm a child of God. I'm a servant. That's why I have the 501c3. That's why I share these broadcasts so that you can learn, you can grow. I believe in God. Everybody that I know that comes on these shows believes in God. They believe in the fact that you can make a difference. And we certainly appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule. And I know it's busy, but we want you to stay with us because if you go somewhere else or you don't stay long enough, you might miss something that's really super important. But you can always go back. You can always play it again. It is on E360 TV, Roku, Amazon Fire, Apple and Android TV, and we certainly appreciate E360 TV network. I got to share this story. So it's about God, and it's about wondering when is the right time to consider having God in your life. And there was a story that goes with it, and it's about waiting on the Lord, and it's talking about various, I will call it like desert seasons, because I mean, I was in a desert for, I think, at least 35 years until I finally came out of the desert and realized I was making a lot of bad choices. Well, these choices that I was making did nothing but hurt the people that I loved the most. And for that, it makes me feel bad that I hurt them. Would I change anything? Absolutely not. But God, let me give you an example. It's like a chef that's creating a beautiful dinner. I mean, the best feast that you've ever enjoyed. And, with that feast, the master chef, he takes his time when he creates this meal for us. People are sitting there tapping their fingers, wondering, well, where's dinner, right? And the thing is that everything has to be done perfectly. You have to cook it properly at the right temperature. You have to add the right spices at the right time. And then you have to let it sit and wait, and then you serve it. And then it's an exceptional meal, and you're very happy about that. But this is kind of like a dry season from, well, it's not like a dry season. What it is like you have these big plans, but you're waiting to have it happen, and it hasn't happened for you yet. Well, the reason why that happens is this, because it's not our timing, it's not my timing. I mean, I would have changed my life. I'd have been retired, playing golf all the time, but that's not the case. What I am is working more than I ever have because I chose to be a servant of God, to serve the community and help them. And so I had to wait until God was ready to start giving me the tools that I needed to be able to achieve a life that was, number one, sober, and number two, had some knowledge of what was going on. And I believe that time is coming. Do I learn things every day? Yeah, I sure do. So my point will be this: impatience because we don't think God is answering our prayers or hearing us. He hears everything. He truly does. In us, as us, and through us, He wants the best for us. Anything we want, we can manifest, but we have to do the right things to get to the point where He's ready, because you've experienced what He wants us to experience. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But when we wait on God and allow ourselves to find that right timing, it becomes wonderful. And you can enjoy your everyday life like I do. And I'm pleased because I didn't for a long time. So waiting can be hard. We often wrestle with questioning whether God's hearing our prayers, but He does hear our prayers, and our prayers can come true. Absolutely. So I want you to think about that. Another example is Mary and Lazarus, Martha and Lazarus, and they called on God. And you know what? God didn't show up when they wanted, but He did show up, and He showed up at the right time, because you know what? Lazarus died. And that was, Martha and Mary were heartbroken because of it. Well, guess what? He did visit Martha and Mary, and He raised Lazarus from the dead. And that's the power of Jesus. And when you have Jesus in your heart and you do things from a heart-based belief that anything you think, anything you want, you can have. And that's what I want for you. And that's why the show is. And I'll tell you what, I've got Sherpa here with me tonight. We're hoping that Dr. Jenny shows up. She's running late, and she might not be able to make it, but we hope she does, because, yeah, she's got a lot to say too. But let us introduce our... I'm like nervous. Could you tell? Let me introduce Sherpa. He is our guide when it comes to crypto. Crypto is an important thing. Well, welcome, Sherpa.
Thank you, Stephen, for having me on again.
You're welcome.
Glad to be here.
Yes.
Yeah, crypto is awesome.
I know, it is awesome. And I'm wearing my Bitcoin Ben hat. And I'm doing that because I believe in crypto. And I can thank my brother for educating me about crypto so that I could actually get involved, because a lot of people came to me and they said, oh, crypto's good. And I said, okay, right. No, but it is good. I mean, President Trump believes in it.
It's money you can actually own, because right now your money in the bank, you don't really own that. It's the bank's money now. It's just an IOU back to you. So like, this is the one true like digital money asset where it's like no one can tell you what to do with it. It actually is yours. So when you want to move it, trade it, sell it for a good, use it for goods and services, like you're the one giving all the approvals for that. You don't need a middleman saying, oh yeah, you can buy that, or stopping you at the door. It's like, hey, why are you buying that? That doesn't seem too good. I don't think we're going to allow you to buy it. And then you go, what? That's my money. So that's why crypto is good. Like, you are your own bank finally.
Right. And that is the important part, because a lot of other people have control of your money, and some of them want to take your money, and it might sound like a great idea until you lose all your investment.
Yeah.
Boy, that's got to be a bad situation for sure. So where does clarity fit into this picture?
Clarity?
Yeah.
Like what kind of clarity?
Well, clarity of the investing in Bitcoin as an opportunity to make money. I mean, you make more money than you do in the bank.
Yes, it has definitely grown, definitely outbeats the S&P 500 if you look at its lifelong run. But like, it's just a good way to hedge against inflation, because we don't know where it's heading down the rabbit hole now, but like we've seen that like our purchasing power with the dollar has decreased over the years. Definitely since I've been alive, definitely as long as everyone else is. It costs more. It takes a lot more dollars to buy what you used to be a couple years ago, heck, even like a year ago. But it's but Bitcoin, like, price has always just been moving up for it.
It's gone up a lot. I know that I've made a great investment. I mean, I need more. I think everybody wants more, and so I need more. But what I invested, I mean, I made really big gains. And why is that I made big gains? I mean, way bigger than a savings account or even a mutual fund potentially. I mean, because what the Dow or the average is like, if you're doing 10% in the stock market, you're doing well. But this is way bigger than that, isn't it?
Yes, it's because Bitcoin is so scarce. There's only 21 million tokens, no more. That's also the issue with our money. They can just keep printing up more of it. But with Bitcoin, you cannot make any more of it. So it's a finite supply. It's being the demand for it has gone through the roof. Again, even higher since Trump's been elected, like November 6th. Like that's when we saw price action happen. Bitcoin was like touching all-time highs, which like it did hit $108,000. So if you haven't been paying attention to the Bitcoin price, because I remember I used to see some videos out there, people interviewing, how much do you think a Bitcoin is? They haven't heard about it in years, and they're going, "Wait, is it nothing now? Is it $60?" It's like, no, it's at 100, but I don't know how I cannot know that now.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a good time to buy right now, isn't it? Because I mean, I've seen it go up drastically since I first invested, and yet it's still going to go up. Isn't that true?
Yes, it's going to go up because once it gets to that point where you can't really get it as easily anymore, that's when like the true price rally really will show with Bitcoin. Because like right now, yeah, you can easily go get it from like an exchange like Coinbase, Kraken, or Binance, something like that. Even through your like financial apps like Cash App and PayPal, you can get it there. It's easy. But there will be a day where it's like you may start seeing like what some exchanges do, where you buy it and you can't move it, like say to your own crypto wallet, because that's when you take custody of it. Because exchanges are just like the banks, right? But like with Coinbase, like usually you may see a couple of day waiting period because they'll be like, oh, like you can't move it until this date, and you'll be like, what? But I just bought it. So we may start seeing more of that, and like it'll be very valuable just for you to have it in like your own hands and custody. So if you ever buy it off an exchange, try to move it off to your own self-custody wallet out there, because again, not your keys, not your coins.
And that makes a lot of sense, is to get it offline so that you're in control of the investment, and it's not on the market, so to say, or under somebody.
It's on the blockchain, so it's always on there. So, but in order to access it, you do need the internet. It's like connect your wallet, log on to it, and then it'll update you on the current blockchain out there. But the crypto is always on the blockchain. That's where it's truly at. And then you're the one with the key to be able to move it freely.
Well, maybe you could explain about the blockchain, because I mean, that's what I knew about Bitcoin investment, was that it was a traceable way to keep track of the money. And I think that a lot of people were thinking, well, this is a good way to stop the flow of money to the wrong people.
And then it fixes like the double spending feature, because like how can you have a digital money like without worrying someone just copy and paste it like they used to with MP3s back in the day? Like there's actually a factual like a blockchain is just a string of data of connecting data together. And each little, we call it the blockchain because we just consider it a block chain together with another block. And with Bitcoin's blockchain, like a new block gets formed every 10 minutes. And so it started back in 2009. So the first block was created. It has its data of transactions for Bitcoin. This is how much was mined. This is what got moved. And then after the block gets confirmed by all these like miners out there, whoever's mining it, they're the consensus mechanisms to verify the transaction. They all agree that all these transactions are correct. And then the block is confirmed, and then it moves on to the next block of all the next current transactions. But you can always go back and look at the previous blocks, but then you cannot tamper with it.
That's a good security factor, right? And yeah, I mean, well, that was the idea, is that you can track the money. And that way they could stop money that was flowing to, I'm trying to think of the name of a group, but I won't dog anybody, because everybody's doing their thing. But what is your thing? Is it real, or is it a criminal? So being able to track the money and not have it go to gangs is a positive aspect for real. Why would somebody consider getting involved with a Bitcoin Ben crypto club?
Because like if you're new to crypto and you know nothing about it, and, like you're hearing us here talk about it and you're going, well, how do I get involved? It's very hard to do on your own. It's not like terribly hard, but if you're not so tech savvy, it can be very confusing. So like there's like just some learning factors on it, on like where do I start? Like how do I get my own self-custody wallet? Once I have that, like what do I do? Like how do I set this up? How do I use it? So like there's videos online, but at least being here, you have the aspect of being one-on-one with a physical person.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not going anywhere. So it's not like with online, like you might run into a scammer who tells you to set up something some way, send your money there, and like they steal your money and then it's gone. But at least here, like we're not going anywhere. We're here to help the community and learning about this technology and be ready for the future when it hits us.
And you don't actually have the keys, or it's like the safety deposit box numbers for this, right?
No, we do not hold it. Like we teach you how to set up and hold on to your own keys. So like when we create that crypto wallet for you, we like using the Exodus wallet here. It's an easy wallet to set up, download, it's free. And then like when we get to the setting up process on backing up your keys, it's like, okay, be sure to write down your seed phrase here. I'm going to look away. This is your eyes only.
Right.
I don't want to know what that is.
Right.
So like we show them how to do them and explain like why these seed phrases and 12, like what these words mean, like why they're so important, because they're really what gives you access to your cryptos on the blockchain. They are what is protecting your private keys. And again, like I say, not your keys, not your coins. Whoever has your keys, they have access to those cryptos.
Yeah, that's not.
So
that's not safe.
Yeah, no. So we teach about the security and safety of it, because again, like with crypto and Bitcoin, you have the chance to be your own bank, but you got to take responsibility for that. Again, a lot of people cannot handle that. They're so used to just trusting the government, trusting the banks, and just here, do it for me. I don't like the responsibility about it. So like it is like a little bit of a learning curve there, because you got to retrain yourself to take ownership of your assets again, like be responsible for your own stuff.
Right. That makes a lot of sense to me, because that's what I've done, and all my investments are offline, and it has grown substantially since I first bought in, and it's been growing like pretty regularly, and it's only at 100 right now. That's 100,000, folks, but for a Bitcoin, one Bitcoin. But it's going to go up much higher. I know you touched on that. It's going to be a maximum of what?
There's only 21 million tokens out there, and for the price, we still don't even know like what it truly can go to. Like those are just predictions going out there. Like $1 million Bitcoin, I believe that can happen one day, but like again, like as more dollars go out, that just means Bitcoin's price is going to go up, because that's usually how it works. Like when they print more money, the price of value of Bitcoin just keeps going up, because it takes more of those dollars to be able to get the Bitcoin.
Right.
So eventually, like who knows, like if the dollar just goes bam, gone, and then it's like, oh, so what's Bitcoin value? Well, why don't we just make it the new main thing we value on? So again, that's why you want to collect it too, because again, it's a protection against in case that scenario does happen.
Well, and I know that recently I understand that several states have endorsed the Bitcoin and are going to use it to back up the state funds. And I'm not sure exactly where, but the point is that I think 9 or 10 different states are going to do it already.
We're about like at 17 or 22.
17 or 20. You see, I'm a little bit behind the times on that, because I don't watch a lot of news. I mean, I try and watch as much as I can. I try and stay up. You know how I stay up? I stay up to speed by watching Bitcoin Ben. He's got a show about every day. And right now he's traveling all over, huh?
Yep, he's in El Salvador right now.
Yeah,
closing up, finishing up some resorts. I don't know if he was like buying 3. Today's show, he's like talking about like eventually I want to buy this whole plot that makes something even bigger.
That would be fun. So I mean, I know about Surf City, you know, it's like, well, I want to go there. And I talked earlier about going on a mission with the local church, and I'd like to do that. And I'm probably have to gonna maybe show up early, but you know, I don't even know that I'll be can afford to go to the resort personally. But you know what? The more Bitcoin I put away, the more opportunity I have to probably go.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's going to be the good point. So now, um, 17 to 21 or 22, you said
States
Okay, how are
are
they
pushing through the bill to have it as a reserve.
have it as a reserve? Okay.
So we're hearing like from what I hear, from just what I watch around, it's like, and also just the feeling behind it is we
Mhm.
haven't seen the U.S. Reserve take effect yet. So like people like maybe going like, oh, Trump's not doing it yet, but I'm thinking it's because he wants the states to gobble up some Bitcoin before he gets on that reserve side. So
That's
once you see all
awesome.
those states get in, and then I guarantee the next news is okay, U.S. Reserve now, because he allowed the states at least to acquire it, and then now we can
Right.
go at the
Yeah, see,
full world.
that's really awesome. And I think a lot of things well, we're hearing that so many things we thought were true aren't. Um, and yet people question, and you know, it's okay for people to question. I think questioning is really important. Um, but not you can't overload people with too much too quick is the point, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
No, yeah, like if you come here and expect to learn it all in just a 1 hour session, that ain't happening.
Right.
There is just so much information that goes behind all this, and just to learn about it. Like if you just want to do it, it's fairly easy. It's like you just have the wallet, you buy it, you move it there, you hold it. That's it. But if you actually want to know about this and learn about it, it's going to take some time.
Well, and I've known about it since probably I think I started getting approached back in 2017. I've known about it for a long time, but have I done anything with it? No, it took up to what 2024 for my brother to educate me that it is an answer. And so yeah, I did it about mid-year last year, and I mean substantial gains already, and it's like wow. But he educated me that Bitcoin was a good choice, and I agree with that, and that's why this is the second show that we've done with you here, Sherpa. And you know, I support Bitcoin Ben's crypto club. I'm a member now. I'm proud to be a member. Um, the more that I can learn, the better off I'll be. If you don't want to learn, nothing will change, right? So change is I mean, that's what I'm planning to do is change in my life. I mean, big change with this fundraiser. I mean, that's as big a change as I can possibly think of. Um, the point is that I want to help the homeless, and I want to help the people with mental health uh, conditions, and I want to be a part of this community bigger and better than I ever have been. And if you've watched my previous shows, I've talked about being uh, a person that people can count on, because if I don't know the answer, I know people that probably do know the answer for you, whether it's a homeless thing, whether it's food, or whether it's clothing. I think I just told someone today, you know, you check with your local sources. Um, so I want to raise the money so that we can have the foundation. I haven't really named it yet, but I'm thinking it certainly is going to be part of the LWN, the 501c3. People can donate because I'm going to need your donations because it's not going to be a cheap ordeal to house people. But in Sarasota alone, it's 3 months when people walk out of like a crisis center, mental health, or if they're homeless, straight homeless, 3 months waiting period. Well, we're going to change that. We're going to change that, and we're going to change that with your help. Um, okay. So, yeah, little sales pitch. There it is. Because you know what? I need your help because I sure don't have the million or two it's going to take to do this project, but I do have the resources of people that I know, like Sherpa. I
Hmm.
mean, come on. You can talk.
Oh, okay.
You know what? Why don't you update us with some news? I mean, there's current events going on. I mean, I thought I was current, but clearly not. Not like Sherpa. I mean, he does. You have your own show.
I do. It's just titled Crypto Sherpa on YouTube. I'm on Rumble. I post on X as well. And yeah, it's just a little like Sherpa cartoon guy on there with the Bitcoin logo, and like that's me. So if you look me up, but yeah, I cover I would say daily crypto news, but I'm usually good for like once or two videos a week. I always try to post more if I could, but Mondays I usually like going live around like 8 o'clock Eastern time, maybe 9 around there. But yeah, I cover the most current events, what's going on. Like I think the first article I want to cover is how like Bitcoin mining has actually increased like US jobs by like 31,000 like this last year. So Bitcoin's actually creating jobs. It's helping the US economy out there because again, Bitcoin's just not created out of thin air. It takes people to actually set up the machines, run it, manage it, and we have these mining farms all over the US. And so it's created these job opportunities for a lot of people.
That's awesome.
So that's like one of the articles I was going to be going over. And then just there's a couple like scammer stuff out there, like funny scamming ones. It's like why are you using your crypto wallet on a porn site? Because like people's wallets are getting drained because those sites, like they're in a bad site that they're not supposed to be on, but they're connecting their wallet to it. It's like they were just asking for them to be drained of all their assets on there.
Somebody reached out to me recently, and I think on one of my posts, and they said, "Oh yeah, here's my they put their key phrase out on public social media," and I thought, you don't do that kind of stuff. And I had my brother tell me, don't do that, and anybody that does that is a scammer. Is that about the truth?
It is. Like it's a weird scam out there. I'm not sure how often it hits because I get them all the time on my comment section in my channel. They go, "Oh, hey, great video. Thanks for the info, but can you help me with something with this USDT?" And then they post their 12 seed phrase words.
Right.
What they're trying to do is get just somebody to import that wallet into one of their own or get created. Because then maybe like they're trying to fool a person into thinking, "Oh, this guy just gave up his seed phrase. Let me go steal the crypto in there." But then like once they do that, they're just in hopes, the scammer is just hoping they forget about it, that they actually imported that wallet. So thereby connecting it with their own. So then once like they can gain access to all of their assets. So they might send like some crypto to that wallet and it's like a boom, gotcha. So it's a very slim like thing they're doing, because like there's other scams out there too where they will send you like the smallest unit of Bitcoin, because there's a thing where some people like to copy their address from their transaction history, which is a no-go. Always go from the receive section. But like they send these microtransactions and hope that you copy that thinking that was your own address that you sent it to, but instead it was the scammers and you just sent them. So they're always trying to find ways to get you.
Yeah. And that's what really sucks. I mean, you have to be careful, folks out there, because there are so many scammers. There's all different kinds of ways. I mean, I knew of scammers from the aspect of if you click on their site, or, you know, maybe they're your friends and they want to follow you, or you give them your phone number. There's all different kinds of ways I thought that you could get scammed. But clearly that's an interesting aspect. Yeah. That's enlightening. I really appreciate you educating us about.
Yeah, so like there's like just little articles I find out there because I want to be aware of what the scams are, so I can share that with everyone else, everyone who comes here, because you gotta be on top of it. Like they're always getting more sophisticated, so like it sucks for the person who does get scammed and then we hear about it, but sometimes we get that forewarning before that bad thing happens. But that's why it's so important just to stay up with the daily news, what's going on, what's happening.
Where should they get that news? I mean, before we go there, though, I mean, I just got to tell everybody, whoever listens to this. I mean, yeah, Google reached out to me today, and they said, "Oh, well, you can't put this video up." I think it was on YouTube, and we're not going to renew your or verify my identity or something like that. And I just said, you know what? Fine. I said it a little bit differently, but I was kind, and I just said, you really suck. Because I do really think that the censorship that's involved with the mainstream media, yeah, that's Google and that's Facebook and that's YouTube. Yeah, they definitely can hurt you, but they can't hurt me because I'm on uh, independent media. That's what I am, is an independent media. Um, I thought about, what am I, a broadcaster? Am I a host? But you know what I am? I'm Stephen R. Smith. That's who I am. And it's stephenrsmith.org. That's my foundation. And I have this website. And so I'm moving it to different platforms. So tell us about, there's other platforms out there that don't censor people.
Yeah, there's like some even in the crypto space too, like a decentralized social media platform called Noster. And like I think for like the iPhone users out there was like Damon, but no, it's like a decentral. It's like they have their own blockchain where it keeps tabs like of each of the messages on there. You can tip someone like Bitcoin, or they call it Zaps on their network. But like, yeah, it's like just the new way of like, yeah, you don't have to be censored, can't be taken down, because that's what blockchain is. You can't really tamper with it. So once it's there, it's done. So they have a very interesting.
Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to do, I did it, and we were trying to stream it to Rumble tonight, but I didn't get to the point where I could. Yeah, they weren't recognizing it. But one of the things I do use is Brave. I don't use, well, Google, you have to kind of use it. You certainly have to use it for the StreamYard program that I use for broadcasting.
Really? I use it on Brave all the time.
Yeah, and you did, and he was trying to help me with it, and I wasn't able to even figure it out. So I need to figure that stuff out, because you know what? It might not be perfect when I run these shows and do these. I mean, I have great guests like Sherpa. They educate us. That's the idea, education. But I need to learn more and get this thing together and go to these places. I use Brave and not rely on Google. I mean, they thought that my videos were so good, because I mean, I've got well over 400 videos on YouTube, but they thought it was so good that they put together 15 of my videos, inserted their commercials. And so the content is good, and I already knew the content's good, but you know what? They didn't pay me a dime for it, you know? But, and you know what, Joshua, if you're watching, I know I need to do some things, because independent media is the way to go. And soon I'll be broadcasting straight from my website. And we're working on getting that stuff straightened out yet. But Brave is a good browser, is it not?
Oh, it is. I love it. I love watching YouTube on there because it takes away all the ads. You don't need a premium subscription to have no ads. Just watch it on Brave.
Well, yeah. And I mean, there's other platforms that will, they'll advertise for you, and it doesn't cost you any money.
And then also you earn crypto when you use Brave. They have their own token called the BAT token, BAT. And like, because they block pop-up ads and everything, so they kind of choose, like you can choose if you want one to pop up. So there's always like a little Brave like notification at the bottom. If you click on it, a little pop-up ad comes out. You can just click on it, close it out, and like you're earning a little Brave token. It's like not a lot, but like by using that browser, you're earning basically money.
Well, you know what? And there you go, and it's free. And so yeah, I mean, I've got to learn a few things. I mean, I thought I knew it all, but you know what? I know I don't. That's why I have friends, and I'll tell you, that's where teamwork comes in. I'm just going to suggest, you know, that you go to my website, you go to Sherpa. You got a website, don't you, Sherpa? Or
I
no?
do. Actually, no, I do. It's like CryptoSherpaLLC.com. I wish I could have just had CryptoSherpa.com.
We love it. I mean, I know that you have, he has another name, but you know what? He has a real name called Sherpa, because you're a guide, right?
Yes.
and so what I'm saying to you folks is, you know, what we thought we knew versus what we know today are two different things. Spirituality, I mean, you can talk about this stuff on YouTube and Google and Facebook. You can talk about crypto and things like that. And I've always, you know, kept it clean and kept it like, don't talk about that, because of course that's not allowed. And I don't want my broadcast like cut in the middle and just disconnected. But this is what I want you to do: is go to my website, go to Sherpa's website, because you know what? That's where it really truly is.
And sign up for the club.
Sign up.
Become a member. Start learning, and that's BitcoinBenCryptoClub.com.
Right. Thank you. We want to help people. I've got a lot to learn. I just do. So we're here in Sarasota, folks. That's where we're at. I mean, I love it. I mean, it's paradise. It truly is. But so where you're at, that's paradise too, folks. Sarasota's got nice beaches.
Oh yeah, one of the best beaches in the world.
It's actually, and I used to use it as a slogan all the time. It is the #1 beach in the world. I think it's in the top 5 in the world. Yeah. It's like #1 here in the United States, and it's been that at least maybe 3 times.
I think so.
3 times. Can you imagine that? 3 times Sarasota because of Siesta Key, because it's unbelievable. It's like sugar sand. It has spiritual aspects too, because it's quartz. And see, I don't know about you folks, but I really like minerals a lot. I like to have minerals in my system too, by the way, because that's an important factor for health. But yeah, Sarasota, Florida, #1 beach 3 times. That says something, doesn't it? All right. I just tell you, we were really expecting Dr. Jenny this evening. We were, and she's not here. Oops, I just bumped the computer there. Sorry about that. But she is not here. She is outspoken when it comes to healthcare. She's also outspoken about God, and we love God because without him, I wouldn't even be on this broadcast. So thank you, Lord. I do appreciate that. All right, let's change the subject from me. It's not supposed to be about me. Maybe you can enlighten us a little bit more. What more would you say to anybody that's watching this evening, Sherpa?
Again, just keep learning.
Keep learning. That's an important factor. Here in Sarasota is one of 3 clubs that are active right now. Sarasota, Tennessee, and Massachusetts. Is coming in St. Louis. Ben's going all over the place, right? He's in El Salvador right now.
It's in Dallas too. We have one coming up there. I think we got one going to be going in Arizona. We're trying to shoot for a Vegas one before the Bitcoin conference. He's going to California to have like maybe 2, one in Palm Springs, and then he's signing up north to Big Sur. It's probably have one in that area. And then he finally comes back to Florida for who knows how long. Because then I think momentarily after he goes back he's heading up to Canada, because I'll have a club in Canada as well. I also think there's like Wisconsin in the books too. So like they're going to be coming fast, guys. So whatever state you're in, Bitcoin Ben Crypto Club will pop up.
I highly recommend them, absolutely, because it is a place to learn. And there is so much to learn. I mean, I started on this book the other day, and I just haven't gotten very far on it yet. I kind of rely on Sherpa, my brother, Zoltan here. He's behind the scenes for us. And by the way, we love you, Zoltan. You are so awesome. He's the one running the show here, really. Beautiful stage here. We do broadcasting. I'm blessed to be able to be on this stage tonight, truly. So what else do you do besides learn and earn, and you share this out, and knowing that Bitcoin Ben's clubs are going to be like at some point, probably every state, at least one place?
Pretty much. And so what else? I don't know. I don't do much. My life revolves around this, helping Ben's vision go. I think the weekends I enjoy. So I went to the movies.
Folks, we had a great weekend, and I was blessed because my brother and Sherpa was there, and some other friends that I know from the club here were there, and we saw Grand Funk Railroad. It was like, wow. But that was a great thing because it was supporting Suncoast Charities for Children. Well, they support 5 other 501c3s that help children all the way to adults. It doesn't matter, but 5 different locations in this area that they support. I always loved them because this was Thunder by the Bay, by the way, folks. Suncoast Charities for Children. You can look them up. I always loved Thunder by the Bay. That was pretty fun.
That was my first one. It really was fun.
Yes.
They had an awesome tribute banner in the beginning. What do you call those again? The band beforehand?
Lead up band.
Yeah, but it's like it was a what were they again? They weren't Death Leopard, but they were
yeah, they were good.
They were great. That was an awesome show.
They were awesome. We saw some fantastic shows, and it was fun going to the shows for sure. I mean, I was volunteering myself in the merchandise booth for Suncoast Charities. I love doing it. I've done it for several years, and what took me there was the boat races, Sherpa, the offshore racing boats. July 4th, July is my month. I love July because, of course, my birthday month. But the offshore racing was incredible. I mean, it used to be on Siesta Key. You know, we could watch it from my dad's place, and it's like, wow. And then all the fireworks. That was pretty fun to catch up to you that night.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it. Yeah. And I gotta thank my brother. Good old Randy. I love the guy. We know how to be brothers too, by the way. We don't always get along, but you know what? That's okay too. Because, you know, people's viewpoints are not always going to agree with us. And what I found is this: kindness is the most important factor. And when you respond in a kind manner to people, you just get a lot further. And we're all becoming more kind. We're becoming loving. And what I also recognize is when you come from the heart and you tap into that heart love that God gave us this, man, it just feels good. I hope you could probably feel us through the darn airways, because you know what? We're all energy, right? Sure.
We are.
Yeah, all energy.
Everything is energy, and we're all connected.
And that is an important factor too. We are all connected. I do believe that. And if you've seen my previous videos, you would know that. Now, I don't have ownership anymore of the LWN Foundation on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram and X. No, I don't. Because, you know, that's what two-step will do to you when you lose the phone and you can't get it back. And then it's like a living nightmare to try and get your channel back. So I started over, folks. And start overs are good.
Oh, they're not fun to do, but they're always it's a good learning experience. It's like you just take it as it is. You keep moving forward. Right. It's like, it happened. You know what? I'm gonna make this next one better than that one.
And that's a great attitude. You see, I love that attitude. I do. You know, because Sherpa is, I got to tell you, folks, he's a super nice guy. And he's very kind. And by the way, now you're an owner in this club, aren't you?
I am.
Wow, that's so awesome.
Yep, so hence why, like, I'm putting all my blood and sweat into it. But again, I enjoy helping people, because I was doing that before the start off of my own consultation business, helping as many people as I can. Now it's nice to have a home, a front, like a home base to be able to do that now too. So
that's so cool. That's so cool. I see my brother walking by. It's like, brother, love ya. Say hi. Yeah, you know, and I wouldn't even be involved in this Bitcoin club if it wasn't for my brother, really, truly. And so for that, I'm blessed. And then Zoltan, yeah, I signed up under Zoltan. He knows a lot about it. And by the way, you know, folks, we were going to have Dr. Jenny, and we were going to try and help her too with her crypto because she lost her keys. And my understanding is this: Zoltan has helped people regain millions of dollars of their lost crypto. Yeah, I said it. We're talking. The fact is that he is able to help people recover their crypto when you lose the keys. Um, Boy, it's got to be a hard place because I know a lot of people might have done that, and that was my biggest fear. Maybe you can talk to that. The security of, I always said, well, you need to have the keys in more than one place because if your house burns down and the keys are in it and you didn't memorize those numbers, you're just goodbye crypto, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Because it is really hard to try to crack that seed phrase password. And like sometimes it's not possible, but sometimes it is on rare occasions. But the seed phrase, yeah, is so important. It's like how you deal with that. Yeah, have extra copies, but you don't want too many around because again, like that's your access to your crypto.
Right.
But you want to be able to have the strategy to be able to like, well, in case that happens, what do I do next? So at least have a backup somewhere.
Well, my brother had a great idea, and he ran into a company about engraving that information.
Yeah, I think they're called Zelox.
Zelox.
Yep, because instead of having just to worry about a water and fire damage, because usually we say, yeah, write it on a piece of paper. That's the safest. You don't want a digital copy of it because the cloud can get hacked and everything. But then you got to worry about, that water and fire damage. But if you engrave it, you don't have to worry about that. It's just there, permanent, as long as it doesn't rust over.
And, a lot of people lost a lot of property all the way from the Florida Keys all the way to North Carolina. People got wiped out, and FEMA was not really there for them. They were there for the illegal aliens. They were, and so that was kind of sad because so many people, and I know several people that had property in the area here, and my son who lived in North Carolina. That was a major flood, but the point is they lost a lot of property, millions of dollars of property that were like wiped off the face of the earth. Now, if you have it on this plaque, then if your house burns down, you're going to be in pretty safe shape. Now, when the tidal wave comes through, it might be a different thing. You have to search for it then. Huh?
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get washed away. But at least those words weren't damaged. You can still read them. You can still recover them.
And there you have it. So yeah, so we want to help people too that might have lost their seed phrases. My understanding.
Mm-hmm. We'll do the best we can. That's what we do here.
Right, we can't promise anything. And I don't know anything, so I can't promise you anything about it at all. But yeah, we can give it a shot. All right. I'm thinking. Can you tell? A lot of news. My brother mentioned that Doge made a really uncovered an awesome situation that was like awesome, like going. Because it was like, oh my gosh, but somebody was being truthful about it. And I know that it's controversial, Elon, and how can he do this? He's not appointed representative because Trump put him in and he had that right. Social Security. And I'm getting early Social Security because I was thinking, I need to get my Social Security as quick as I could because it might not be there. Well, now the Trump's in, it will be there. And I don't know the exact numbers, but let's just use some numbers. All right. Something like there were, let's just say 50, I think this is pretty close, 50 million more people that are in the country taking Social Security. 50 million more people that are registered to take Social Security. Times God knows what. It's figure $1,000. That's certainly like, how much is that? That's what adding machines are for, right? Calculators, right? I don't even know. It's a phenomenal amount of money that was being given to people that don't even exist, but they do somewhere. They might have been dead already. Who knows? But I just tell you what, it's that kind of stuff that's like mind blower, and it's being told and it's being found out. And I tell you, I think Trump is going to do a lot for this country.
Oh yeah, he definitely is. Because that was just crazy. It's like, here's the chart of Social Security, like people in the age group of 160 to 199, and then like it's like, what?
Oh my goodness gracious! It was a mind blower figure, and so I wasn't sure of those numbers. I think maybe my brother's working on helping us with that. He is. Because the right numbers are the important factor. What do you got, Randy?
I got the right numbers.
You got right numbers? Oh my gosh, food for thought. Okay, yeah, that is his channel, by the way. If you happen to be on Telegram or Rumble too, right?
Rumble.
Yeah, he's on Rumble, folks. Free, non-censored media. All right, these are on Social Security. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, you could be 360 years old. There's one person that got Social Security that's 360. That's older. Older than the Constitution. All right, but just 70 to 79, 404, 33,404,000. I mean, my God,
it's crazy.
So yeah, these numbers are like way out of whack. Unbelievable. And so I understand that maybe some younger people could be on Social Security because everybody might not be like me. I mean, I'm not perfect and probably brain damaged too a little bit, but 38 million. 0 to 9, there are 38 million people getting Social Security. Well, there's how many people in the world? 300 or in America?
36 million in the country, and there's 394 million on Social Security.
The numbers are bigger than the population. That's a bad thing. It's insane. It is insane. Thank you, Elon, for doing that for us. We appreciate you. And if you don't agree with me, it's okay, but let me know. Because you know what? We still love you. You're still special. You just may be a little bit misguided. And I'll tell you what does crypto do? Crypto clubs educate people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what we try and do here too. And I'm talking about things that might not be, they're not accepted across some platforms. That's okay. Because you know what? The truth sometimes hurts. It sure does. But you know what? Just get ready, folks. There's going to be a lot of news that you never even imagined that blow your mind. I mean, it blows my mind. Some of the things that are happening. And when we get divided like we have been because of things like COVID, like we talked about last week with Dr. Jenny, probably why I got the letter from Google this morning, most likely. I'm not blaming you, Dr. Jenny. It's okay. You might not even be the cause. Who knows what the cause was? But I'm willing to tell the truth. I'm willing to be truthful because I am truthful. And telling the truth is where I win no matter what. You know what? Because I know I was right. Because I was truthful and transparent. And some platforms don't like that. They don't want to hear that. But if you're that person that doesn't like that, guess what? Education can change it. It's that simple. Because the more you know, the more you know. And, we only know what we know. We don't know everything. We know what we know. And that's where teamwork comes in, folks.
Mm-hmm. And transparency. Beauty about Bitcoin, it's transparent money. You can't fool around with it. You can't mess with it. It's all there. Every single transaction. That's how money should be. Because otherwise we fall into the category of the Social Security. It's like, where's that money going? And they kept it hidden.
I mean, that's it truly blew my mind. That was a mind blower. That there's more Social Security going out than there is population in the entire country. Holy cow! I mean, so yeah, they've been pulling the wool over our eyes for a minute. Now we're gonna just you're gonna hear some truth, and I hope you're ready for the truth that I learn. And if I'm wrong, you know what? Say something to me. You know, if you got a different opinion, yeah, tell me, because I'll listen. I didn't say I'll agree. I said I'll listen. All right, and I don't agree with a lot of things, but you know what? I'm willing to listen and open my mind. But when it comes to some things, it's pretty obvious because I was blessed because my brother tells me truth. That's what they do here at the Bitcoin Club. It's like, if you can't handle the truth, then yeah, I guess this isn't for you. But I really appreciate everybody that's taking time to come and join us. I truly do. Why don't you give us a last minute thanks or whatever you want to say. Huh?
Well, thank you for having me, and guys. Like, it's not too late to still get in on the Bitcoin bandwagon. Like, stop by here, try to do it yourself, but just get yourself some Bitcoin and hodl that. So thanks again for having me.
You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome. I really appreciate you. I've got a lot to learn from you, brother. We really appreciate everybody who took time to come and join us. We are available, and I'll let you got a a way for the people to reach you, right?
Yeah, just go into my YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I should have all links in any video I post on there. Just check the description box, and you'll be able to find me and contact me somehow.
That's awesome. Yeah, just let us know. You can always go to info at Stephen R. Smith and say, I want to talk to Sherpa. Well, guess what? I'll tell them. And then you can. Because we appreciate you. I'm doing this show Mondays and Fridays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We love you. God loves you. And you know what? Gratitude creates happiness. And we want you to be happy and joyful and peaceful. Thank you, Sherpa.
Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye, everybody.
All right.